welcome in everybody to a very special edition of the Brett Allen Show. We have two amazing guests with us here today. I am excited about this. We are chatting about annual mammogram awareness. We're chatting with the amazingly talented American beach volleyball player and three-time Olympic medalist, April Ross, who most recently won the gold at the 2020 Summer Olympics, and then Dr. Joseph Russo, MD, a diagnostic radiologist specializing in mammography at St. Luke's University. Say that three times fast. Thank you both very much for your time. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, well, we have a lot to cover here in a short amount of time. We're talking about annual mammogram awareness, breast cancer awareness. April, as an Olympic medalist, you have experienced a lot of success and a lot of amazing things. But as a lot of people know, the one person who was not able to be here with you and enjoy those was your mom. Can you please just let us in on a little bit about that and why this topic is so important to you?
Yeah, so my mom was a huge inspiration in my life. I still use her as inspiration. She battled breast cancer for a long time when I was younger, and unfortunately passed away when I was in college. So she never got to see me compete at the Olympics, win my gold medal, any of my medals. And so this is, my partnership with GE, and this campaign is kind of an homage to her. And I love being able to talk about her, keep her memory alive. This is a necklace I wear that she actually got me in high school, just to keep her memory close by.
Yeah. Now you're wearing a shirt there that says "Don't Skip," which is very important and obviously key to the message that we're talking about this morning. Can you please let us in on what the Don't Skip campaign is? Because it's very important for all of our listeners and all of our viewers to be aware of. And also where we can get a shirt, if possible, if people want one.
Well, I'm not exactly sure where you could get a shirt. Maybe GE can arrange that for everyone. But Don't Skip is exactly what it sounds like. It's, you're supposed to get a mammogram once a year. And so it's just really important to keep that up and to not skip your annual mammogram. Due to COVID, the screening actually went down a lot due to, obvious concerns. So we're just spreading the message now of it's time to get back in there and catch up on your annual mammogram.
Yes, very important. And we'll make sure to link this in our show notes. Dr. Russo, the one person who can help us answer this question for sure. Can you please explain what a mammogram is exactly for those who might not be aware? I do, but for those who might not, and who should get one exactly, please?
Sure. Well, women should start screening mammography at about age 40. Okay. And it's a low dose x-ray of the breast tissue that is our gold standard for screening for breast cancer. Okay. Women who get yearly mammograms decrease their chances of dying from breast cancer by about 30%. And the key is that mammo helps us find small treatable breast cancers. And it should be, as April noted, done every year. And now that we're coming out of COVID, we think we're going to be seeing a lot of those women who skipped now not skipping, and hopefully in no small part thanks to April's efforts here.
Yeah, April has done a great job making us aware, and these are important topics to us here at the show as well. We all have mothers, children with moms, so it's important that everybody gets cared for. Dr. Russo, I know there's a lot of stuff out there as far as people being skeptical, women, about getting a mammogram, and they're afraid. But for those who might be listening and watching, what advice do you have for them, sir, that might sort of put them at ease a little bit and say, hey, this is something that I should probably do and participate in for sure?
Well, women have been confused over the past few years with mammography recommendations. They've gone back and forth as to when to start screening mammography. But the fact of the matter is, getting your baseline screening mammogram at age 40 allows us to at least get a sense of your breast density and the pattern of your breast tissue. In situations where the mammogram isn't as sensitive, we can recommend now new technologies that possibly weren't even available to people like April's mother or anyone's mother or grandmother. GE has a host of dense breast imaging tools. And in addition, they have more comfortable mammograms now. The GE Pristina unit is designed by women, and it has things like rounded edges, a remote control, a device for women to apply their own pressure. So, you know, the experience is something you don't necessarily want to do, but, you know, as Mark Twain said, the key to health is eating what you don't want, drinking what you don't like, and
Yes.
doing what you don't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very much so. I find that to be true, especially in the last couple years as the craziness has ensued. Eating, and definitely not necessarily alcohol, but drinking things that aren't the best. So we can say, Dr. Russo, that first time people, women at this can expect a pretty positive experience then, right? Especially it sounds like the technology has advanced and gotten definitely better, over the last few years.
Well, for sure. Part of the downside of mammography in the past was it really was a long, drawn out process. You could get your screening mammogram today, and if you have an issue on your mammogram, there may not have been an answer for a month. But
Wow.
we're partnered with a GE on an initiative now called the One Stop Clinic, where a woman with a breast problem could come into our breast center and potentially get a biopsy the same day, which is a really a tremendous improvement over what we have been doing in the past.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, it's great that the technology has advanced. Even having been in relationships with women in the past, and even my mom even saying, it was a very uncomfortable or unpleasurable experience, but an important one. So this is fantastic. April Ross, one last question for you here. What advice, what do you have to say, or what message would you like to share with women who are watching this video and this audio listening later in regards to this whole thing? Because this is just so important and very informative. And Dr. Russo as well, if you want to add something and caveat at the end here.
Just as an athlete, I've been working on taking care of my health for a long time, and I learned that it's one of the most empowering things you can do. It makes you feel strong. It makes you feel like you have agency over your life. And this is just one of the things you can do to take care of yourself and empower yourself. And it can be scary, but getting through that first one is huge. And it's not, as big of a deal as you might be thinking. Like, just go get it, get through that first one, and then it becomes routine and you're taking care of yourself every year. And it feels great.
I love it. Dr. Russo.
Yeah, I just want to underscore what April's saying. I think the whole breast screening process is a very empowering thing for women, and it's something that they should take advantage of. There's some incredible technologies out there that make it a lot more accessible and a lot more comfortable than it used to be. So please don't skip.
Yes. Well, again, this is a very important message for our listeners and our viewers. And hey, we've got to hang out with some really amazing people. Dr. Russo and April Ross. If you aren't familiar with her, crawl out from under the rock. Don't come after me, and Google her and watch her play some amazing volleyball. Thank you both for your time this morning and for this very, very important message. It's been an honor chatting with both of you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.